What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I'll go live on YouTube. Find out my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about Smackdown. Now Smackdown was a good show, good solid show, and I give it an 8 out of 10. All right, so we're kicking this off with Then, Now, Forever. Friday Night SmackDown comes to you live from Province, um, as Michael Cole and Wade Barrett welcomes us to the show. The night kicks off with damage control in the ring, so this was okay segment. Bailey has a mic and runs down the crowd for Thanksgiving, and she says, "It's here. It's her time. Now get out here, cause we are going to war." Bianca Belair music hits, and she joins by her team as they make their way to the ring. Bianca Belair has a mic and says, There's five of you and four of us. We didn't come alone." And Becky Lynch music hits. So you see the thumbnail on my. So you see the thumbnail. Becky Lynch music hits. The man is back. She strolls down to the ring to join the team, and they all get into the ring and start brawling. Everyone is throwing shots at each other as Bailey and Becky are front and center. Bex 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 plotter on Bailey. She powders she powers out of the ring as Rhea Ripley and Becky stare off now. Rhea Ripley slowly gets in the ring as the faces back up Becky. Rhea Ripley eggs her on, but damage control pulls her back. Becky Lynch music hits as Team Bianca Belair celebrate in the ring. Okay, that was a okay segment to kick up the show. Commentary commentary talk about the men's War Games Adventures match as well as Shotzi and Raquel versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, as well as Bray Wyatt explaining his actions last week. Up next is a World Cup semifinal match. Alright, so we go to commercial break. We see a promo video hyping up Survivor Series War Games to the tune of War Pigs. Then we come to what previously happened with the Women's War Games match. Also, we get a SmackDown World Cup semifinal. Butch versus Santos Escobar. Now, this match was good. This was a good match. We see a this was a good match. Butch made his intro just before the commercial break. Santos is out next, accompanied by the rest of Legado del Fantasma as they smugly make their way down, and we see a pre-match interview. Santos says tonight he is going to tame this animal and put him on his back. Sheamus and Rich Hollins are with Butch to keep the odds fairly even. They immediately lock up as Santos ducks in the corner. He takes Butch down and lays in the stumps. Headlock takeover by Santos as Selena joins commentary. Butch fights out and stares the joint multiplications and stomps his elbow and goes right back. But Santos fights off with a kick for a 2 count. Santos in control with an arm lock as they go back and forth before Santos ducks out and takes a breather. Butch follows up with a chop and tries to go to the top, but Escobar pushes him off as we go to commercial. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, both men firing elbow shots as Butch has the advantage with a double knee to Santos' elbow and then stomps the hands and finishes with a vicious roundhouse kick. Butch then hits a moonsault on Cross, and while then Escobar takes out Butch. Double knees in the corner by Santos, follow with a big kick to the head. On top now, but Butch slaps him off. Butch starts bending the fingers and snaps one. Santos takes a tumble to the floor as the Brawling Brutes and Lego Del Fantasma face off. Bush takes them out again with a moonsault. Bush with a tornado DDT on Santos 1-2 no. We see a video on the Tron of McIntyre and Kevin Owens being attacked. The Brutes follow to the back, and Santos takes out Bush for a 2 count. Security separates all the men as they keep trying to brawl. Um, in the ring, Butch has Santos in the armbar, but Selena Vega distracts the referee. Cruz and Wild take out Butch, and Santos hits the Phantom Driver 1-2-3. Okay, the winner of the match, Santos Escobar. This was a good match. Post match, Legado del Fantasma celebrate as we see a replay of the finish. They celebrate up the rim as commentary talks about Bray Wyatt's behavior. We cut to Bray Wyatt apologizing after headbutting LA Knight 2 weeks ago, including footage of the attack. They also showed the slap by LA Knight as well, and Bray's vacant stare as a heartbeat plays in the back. We cut to LA have been attacked with everything last week as we go to commercial. So we go to commercial break. So Bray Wyatt addressed LA Knight's situation. The fireflies are out. The haunting piano of Shatter is heard as we see the doorway for Bray Wyatt. The lamp appears and we see Bray Wyatt smiles and walk into frame. He slowly makes his way to the ring, absorbing the crowd and soaking in the uh, adoration. Finally, he gets in the ring and laughs as the crowd sings along. He blows out the lamp and the music cuts. My name is Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry. My name is Bray Wyatt. I like to think that I have a grip on what people think I am. When I go places, I know people will talk and whisper behind my back, and it doesn't bother me. I pretend I don't hear it, but I understand. My entire life, I've been looked at like a rabbit animal, and know what most people want to see. The monster. They just want to see the fiend. He asks them if they want to see the show, but that's not the man he wants to be anymore. Believe me, it's very hard to explain what I had to go through, man. I know that what I given to you. Violence is the only language I can't speak. I have to be truthful. I did not attack LA Knight. Uncle Howie appears. Open your eyes. They can make you believe anything. Make He'll make fools of you. Listen to him. Wake up. It intersperses footage of old Bray Wyatt. Mm. We cut to LA Knight. Let me talk to you. I didn't get to enjoy Thanksgiving cause 7 days ago, minding my own business, I remember being pulled out of a pile of trash. Now that human trash bag can vomit his lies to the world. It took me everything to come here. If I could appear in front of him, I asked whose game is it? LA Knights. He walks off and the riot logo appears. Okay, that was a pretty good segment. Pretty good. Hero music hits and they make their way. Yeah, hero music hits and they make their entrance for their match next. So we go to commercial break. All right, tag team match: Hero versus the Viking Raiders. This was a solid match. Val, Val, Valhalla is here. The Viking Raiders, along with Sarah Logan, make their way down to the ring. She is referred to as Valhalla now. They pose in the ring as vicious as ever. Ashante and Ivar start as Ashante tries to start with a flurry of shots and a drop kick, but Ivar runs him over and hits the boots. Eric tags in and they just club away as Eric screams at Ashante. Eric with an elbow and a vicious shoulder tackle. Eric stares down Top Dollar and just lays out Ashante with right hand. Ivar tags in and they double team with a big knee strike. Eric backs in and Ashante avoids a suplex and Top Dollar in. He tackles Ivar and boosts down Eric. Ashante tags in, but Ivar dumps Top Dollar over. Ashante up top and misses something right into a spin kick. Eric takes out Top Dollar and they hit Ragnarok Ragnarok. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match, the Viking Raiders. This was a solid tag team match. Post match, the Viking Raiders post in the ring as commentary then wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving. They run down Dominic Punk spoiled Brad Mysterio according to Michael Cole as we cut to the attack on Rey's Mysterio by Dominic and Rhea in his house. Rhea shuts them out as Ray breaks in, and we see them visually assaulted Ray and smashes a pitcher and break a broom over his injured leg, and they laugh and walk off. Okay, let's move on. Ricochet makes his way down to the ring as we see a tail of the tape, including Strowman having a size 16 shoe. Wow. So we go to commercial break. We cut to see LA Knight attack again with a roadie box and smashes against a door. All right, so we get the SmackDown World Cup semifinals match. Ricochet versus Braun Strowman. This was a decent match. Braun's music blows out and the monster among monsters makes his way to the ring. Strowman fist bumps the fans. Braun screams in Ricochet's face as they square off. Braun throws him in a corner immediately and Ricochet gets patted on his head. So he slaps Braun. Strowman chokes him into the corner and catches a springboard. Ricochet attacks the leg and flips out, flips out off a Strowman catch. Multiple drop kicks and Strowman down on the floor. Big drop kick and Braun into the barricade. So Braun runs back and kills Ricochet over the announcer table. He drags Ricochet to the ring and drops the elbow for a 2 count. Braun whips Ricochet into hard in the corner and follows up with a clothesline and a massive. Braun Strowman gets manhandled Ricochet as Gunther makes his way down to the ring. Strowman talks trash to him and welcomes him in. Imperium try to attack Strowman. Roll up by Ricochet. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match, Ricochet. This was a decent match. Post match, Imperium celebrates and then surrounded Braun Strowman. Gunther with a big boot to Braun. They triple team him as Ricochet looks on. He looks conflicted but runs down to make the save. The numbers game catch up to them as Imperium attacks Ricochet and Gunther stomps Braun. Killer chop by Gunther to Ricochet. Strowman fights them off and they bail. Imperium laugh as Braun stares at Ricochet in the corner. He walks over to him and looks at the crowd. He offers his hand. He helps Ricochet up and thanks him for the assist and raises his hand. Okay, we see Kevin Owens revealed as the fifth man, and the broad that happened last week, including a stunner on Roman Reigns. We see Sammy walking back and knocks on Bloodline's door. Kevin Owens walks up and Sammy tries to shoot him. Jay is spying as Kevin Owens asks him what happened when you do something that pissed them off. He asks how many times did I have to bail you out. Sammy very well, Sammy. What do you think Roman will do to you? You see what he does to his own blood. He just think about it. If I were you, I wouldn't wait for them to turn on me. I'll strike first. Sammy looks conflicted, and Jay asks him, "Where you been? We could have used you. Let me ask you. You talk to anyone?" Sammy says, "No. I just got here. I'm talking to you now. Is that okay?" Jay says it's cool, and Sammy goes in the locker room. Jay looks infuriated. Oh, oh man. Now this can lead to is either Sami Zayn's team is going to cost the bloodline, or will Sami Zayn help the other team win? But I don't know. We have to see it on WWE Survivor Series War Games. But anyway, let me continue. So we go to commercial break. We see highlights from earlier about Becky Lynch returning as the fifth member of Team Bianca Belair at War Games. We cut to Becky walking backstage as Kayla asks about her first match back being in War Games. The last 4 months I spent thinking how I could destroy them and tear them limb from limb. Everyone tough until the man comes around. Everyone wants to go to war until the man comes around. A video package for War Games showing all the highlights from the NXT War Games match, as well as the general landscape and structure of the match. We see a video hyping up the women's match, followed by the men's. Michael Cole runs down the ropes. We cut to the back as Ronda and Shayna Baszler attack Shotzi and Raquel. They throw them into a bunch of crates and then sandwich Raquel arm in a roadie box and slam it. They walk off at they walk off as she cries out like it's broken. So we go to commercial break. Because of the attack, Raquel was taken to the hospital for an X-ray for a possible broken arm. Ronda and Shayna make their way to the ring to a course of booze. Ronda has a mic. We're here. Shayna agrees. Ronda says, "Looks like no match," and accidentally happened to propose something. Sometimes, they both laugh and tell Shotzi to stay at the kiddie table, and they walk off. Shotzi music kiss, and she be lines in the ring. She slides in, and it looks like a handicap match. So we get a handicap match: Shotzi versus Shayna Baszler. So we get a handicap match: Shotzi versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. This handicap match was terrible. Shotzi immediately takes out Shayna and lays shots into Ronda. She throws shots to both ladies and take out Ronda and Shayna with a big kick for a 1 count. Ronda Ronda tags in and hits a running knee, then an armbar on the ropes. Shayna focuses on the arm and attacks the hand as well. She mounts her on the back and lays shots. Raquel music hits. She comes down with a bad arm and tags in. So we get the women's tag team match: Shotzi and Raquel versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. This match was still terrible, but Shotzi was holding her ground. But anyway, she knocks Ronda down and tees off on Shayna. Shayna tries for an armbar, but Raquel powers out. Ronda blind tags and goes after the arm. Ronda just starts pulling the shoulder nearly out of the socket as Shayna takes out Shotzi as Ronda hits an cross arm breaker and Raquel taps. The winner of the match, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. This match was just the handicap match and the tag team match at the same time, which is terrible. We see the Usos talking backstage as your main event is next. Um, so we go to commercial break. Next week we'll see the World Cup finals with Ricochet versus Santos Escobar. We see Kayla in the back, and Shotzi says Raquel's arm is broken and her elbow is dislocated. Shotzi says she was ready to come out alone because she tired of Shayna and Ronda, and is thankful for Raquel having her back. Shayna, you have a front row seat. When I tear Ronda apart, and Ronda, I'm gonna shock the world when I beat you senseless. Like I mentioned, I'm just gonna say this now. Shotzi is not going to beat Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is going to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship at WWE Survivor Series War Games. I'm calling it right now. Ronda Rousey is going to retain the SmackDown Women's Champion. Anyway, Kevin Owens music hits, as does Drew McIntyre. The Braun Bruce comes out, followed by Sheamus and Drew as they get a huge pop, and Drew raises the sword to the crowd. All 5 men pose in the ring as Drew's power goes off. So we get the men's War Game Advantage match. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus the Usos. This was a good main event match right here. This was good. Sami and Solo accompanied by the Usos down to the ring in their 495th day as champions. They all swagger their way to the ring and get into pose themselves. They all separate to their respective corners as Jimmy and Sheamus start. Sheamus starts with headlock. Sheamus with a headlock to start, then and a short arm clothesline. Drew tags in and they double team Jimmy for a 1 count. Drew with a shot in the corner, then they chop Sheamus in again for another double team, and Jay gets taken out too. The teams face off at ringside as we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Sheamus and Jimmy are fighting, but Jay blind tags and Sheamus goes over the top. Then Jay takes out Sheamus. Jay tells Sammy to back up, and Kevin Owens eggs Sammy on. That's what I'm talking about. Jay with shots to Sheamus in the corner, and Jimmy chokes him as the referee is distracted. Both Usos in both Usos, they wishbone Sheamus. Sheamus punches back and hits a world side slam on Jimmy. Drew tags in and hits a series of clotheslines. Then they break on Jay. Jimmy hits a step up insecure and a back elbow. McIntyre comes back with a AA spine buster for a 2 count. Neckbreaker to Jimmy as he kips up. Signal. Neckbreaker to Jimmy as he kips up and signals for the Claymore. 3, 2, 1. That's oh yeah. The 2 count. Neckbreaker to Drew McIntyre as he kips up and signals for the Claymore. 3, 2, 1. But Jay distracts. Jimmy knocks Drew out, and Jay tags in as both Usos take out McIntyre and dives, then throws him into the steps. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Jimmy is punching at Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre fights back, but immediately gets taken out by a boot in the corner. Jimmy hits a big hip attack, a live manga and pose. He smirks and goes again, but Drew explodes with a lariat. Both men down as both teams look for a hot tag. Jay and Sheamus in as Sheamus clears house. Um, take out Jimmy and then Irish Coach Backbreaker. 10 beats of the battering by Sheamus. Crowd counts along as he just lays in a total of 17 shots. Drew and Sheamus have the Usos now looking for a double beats, but they fight out and take Sheamus out. Drew with a claymore on Jimmy. Super kick to Drew, then takes out Sheamus. The legal man. Sheamus with a massive need for a two out of nowhere. Sheamus fires up with a bro kick, but Sammy on the apron, and Sheamus gets super kicked. 1-2 no. Sheamus barely kicks out. Jay has up top for an Uso splash, but Sheamus chops him down. Sheamus up top now as Solo distracts the referee, and Sammy takes Sheamus out. Jay with a splash, 1-2 no. Both teams started fighting at ringside as Drew flies over the rope. He wipes everyone out as Sammy has the belt, but Kevin Owens stops him. He smiles and grabs it. He won't let him do it, and needs to grow. You know what? Sammy's face washes him as Kevin Owens rolls him in the ring. The referee ejects Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens with a stunner to Jay. Bro kick. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. This was a good tag team main event match. Post match, Sami is stunned ringside as we see highlight of the end of the match. The Brawling Bruce, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens all stand tall in the ring as the Bloodline regroups on the ramp. As Jay stares daggers into Sami, and the show goes off the air. Um, like I mentioned earlier, SmackDown was a good, solid show, and I give it an 8 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Smackdown review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on SmackDown because it was a good, solid show, and I give it an 8 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I'll go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, follow me on Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE Survivor Series World Game Review and highlights. I'll talk to you guys later. KFG Crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.